Hello. Today is Thursday, January 27th, and we do have a couple birthdays. Today is Brenda Skaggs' birthday, so Brenda, you knew you'd get a song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brenda. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's also Craig's birthday, and I think Craig is Barbie's husband, and the name of Barbie's channel is Busted Can of Barbie. So Craig, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Craig. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you both have a great birthday. I had a very productive day today. I worked on my puzzle, which I'll show you a little bit later on, how far I've gotten on the puzzle. And I decided I was going to learn some new tricks on my... try to fix this so I don't have such a glare, but I guess that's not going to really work. On my Mac, I have a Mac computer, and I even called Gina Pearson, but she didn't answer her phone. The nerve of Gina not answering her phone. But I thought, no, I'm going to figure this out all on my own. And so I did figure it out. And I told you that for each month this year I was going to learn something new. I was going to try to wait till February 1st to learn how to do this. But I couldn't wait the extra, 4 days. So I'm counting this as a February achievement that I learned how to take some of my old YouTube videos, because what I want to do is once Jimmy's house is completely done, I want to put up one video from start to finish and then just have like a speed thing, so it's just really fast going through. But I had already gotten rid of the clips for all of the YouTube videos that I was using for all of the, because there's 6 parts. This is 6 parts I've already done. That's a lot of videos. It's close to 2 hours, and so I got a lot of editing to do to bring it down. But I couldn't figure out how to do it, and so I went on Google and searched things, and then I went on YouTube and looked at things and just kind of went back and forth, and it was just a fluke. I figured out how to do it on my own. I don't even know how I walked into that step. I couldn't tell you how it came about, but I figured it out. So I figured out how to go onto the Creator Studio and download the actual video and save it to my documents, and then I could upload it into my photos. I know there's probably less steps, but you know what? This is the steps I took. And I got all 6 videos to transfer from YouTube to my photos. And then from my photos, I transferred them to my iMovie, but I still got to edit them. But like I said, I'm going to wait till he's completely done with the house. The way things are moving, he might even make his March 31st deadline. But if you guys got any questions about any questions you have about the house, when you go into the house video, no, that wouldn't work because I don't always go back into those. Send me an email with your question. How's that sound? scarrico39@gmail.com. And then we'll answer those on our Ask Us Anything on Wednesdays. Because I know people got questions about the house. But if you put it on this video, I'll be honest, sometimes I forget to write it down, and then I forget that it is, because when we do our videos, we always just go back to the previous week's Ask Us Anything and go through those comments. So if you don't want to go back and watch the Ask Us Anything from this previous week, just send me an email and put your question in, because then I can print it and I'll have a written documentation of your question. But I figured that out, so I was really happy about that. That took me... sometimes I'm ashamed to admit how long it takes me to figure something out. But then in the same sense, I'm really proud of the fact that I stuck with it and didn't give up. And I just kept going until I figured it out. And the shortcut would have been if Gina would have answered the phone. But she didn't answer the phone, so I had to figure it out on my own. And I'm not blaming Gina. Obviously, she's got a life. Go figure. But I'm really proud of the fact. I mean, it took me a couple hours to do it, but you know what? It was a couple hours that I wasn't eating, so that was good. And just staying on plan. Because last night after I closed out my video, I had a candy snack attack. And I had 2 of my They're not red vine. Twizzler. My 2 Twizzler red licorices, just two little stems of it, and a Payday, and a Hershey Kiss. I don't know. I just got done telling you at the end of the video yesterday that the little sugar-free puddings really satisfied my urges, and they always do. But there was all these commercials on about candy last night. It was just candies and pies and everything I was watching. And even though I zipped through the commercials, you still see them and you still hear about it. And then I was watching a show and they were baking something and it just triggered something in my brain. And I thought, I got to have some sugar. I got to have some sugar right now. So I did have it. And so you're going to see on my breakfast today, because this is at night, it's late. Look what time it is. I got to get crack-a-lackin' if I want to get this edited in time. But I probably used all my, no, I don't think I used all my weeklies on the candy bar and the Twizzler and the Hershey Kiss. You say it out loud, it's like a lot. It was probably, well, the Twizzlers are probably 3 points, and the candy bar was 9, so that's 12, and the Hershey Kiss was 2, so that's 14 points, a 14-point snack. That's a high snack. But, and I had the weeklies to do it, so I don't feel any guilt about having it. But it also brought me to, when I was looking at it this morning, it's still, I'm going to just go from the 28 original weeklies that I get on Monday. So that brings me down to like 10 or 12 weeklies that I have left, because I was up to, probably yesterday, I think I was up at 38 or 39 weekly points, because I still don't understand the math. Whereas if you drink the water and eat the vegetables, I think they're just trying to encourage you to eat vegetables, but they still got calories. Granted, if I would have had an apple, it wouldn't have had as many calories as the Payday. I understand that. But, and the silly thing is, and this is just how my brain works, I thought, I had an apple this morning. I can't have another apple right now. I'll just have a candy bar. You know what? If I would have had a candy bar in the morning, that thought would have never entered my thought process. Well, I had a candy bar this morning. I can't have a candy bar now. Au contraire. I would be having that candy bar no matter what. But I just ate it. I didn't feel any guilt, because I realized how far I've come. And I know I'm going to slip up. I know I'm going to make mistakes along the way. I am by no means going on a perfect journey, because that is just not in my DNA, going on a perfect journey. I try my best, and that's all I can do. And I just have to look at how well I'm doing and how far I've come. And who'd have thunk when I first went to Weight Watchers and I weighed 304.2 that I would ever get down to the 30s. I never really, in my whole scope of everything, ever thought really that would happen. I really never did. But I just think that I just have to remember that it's not worth it to beat yourself up. It's just not. It's not going to change anything. The only way I could have got rid of the candy bar is to be bulimia. You know what I mean? Eat it and then throw it up. Yeah. Oh, I'm not going to do that. No, is that anorexic? Well, anorexics don't eat. You know what I'm talking about. Bulmaitc. Bulimic. Anyway, I was not going to do that. So I ate it. I enjoyed it. I didn't feel any guilt. I got up this morning with the plan of action. You're going to see that I had a vegetable fruit platter for my breakfast, because I thought, you know what, I got to balance out all the extra calories I had yesterday. And I do like a good vegetable and fruit platter. So I started eating that at 2:30 and just kind of, I say snack, but I really grazed on it till about 4:30, 5 o'clock. Because nothing on there was going to spoil. Oh, the cheese. I ate the cheese right away, because you know what? You don't want cheese to go to waste. So I ate the cheese right away, and I ate the egg right away. But like the vegetables and that, I just kind of took my time eating them and working on my puzzle. And I was, when I was getting frustrated, when I was trying to figure out the doing the YouTube videos, to download them and that, I still had some cucumbers left on my plate, so I was able to snack on that because I turn to food when I get frustrated. And I didn't want to be turning to food because I had the candy yesterday. Part of me thought, well, you know, you usually do this on Mondays the day you got weighed. At least you waited 2 days. So that was a victory in itself right there. I know it's probably not, but I think it is, and I'm gonna go with that thought that it really was. And then David come by after work because the police officer did call David, but he was up on some scaffolding when he called, and so he didn't take the call. And they left a message, and so David wanted to talk to him, so he wanted to put him on speakerphone. So we called the officer back, but then the officer wasn't there, so we had to leave a voicemail for the officer. So it's just going to go back and forth. But Cat on Point brought up a very good point, which makes obvious sense, but she said that you should take a picture of the license plate of the person that was involved in the accident because they can always track them from the license plate. That's really smart thinking, Kat. Really smart thinking. I always, like, I've been in like a gazillion million accidents, but I have been in some accidents. But I take pictures of my damage and the damage to the other car because one time we were going to Toronto and Jim was, I don't know, he was just driving kind of erratic, I thought. I don't know. I was kind of upset with him with the way he was driving. And we were coming into the city of Toronto, and, you know, like everybody, any major city, you know, like people just drive differently in the major cities because they want to get home or they want to get to where they're going. And I was looking in my mirror because I agree with Roy over at Recipes with Roy. I really believe that on the passenger side of the car, at least in my cars that I'm going to go in, they should have a brake pedal for me to hit just in case. Because sometimes, you know what, I could have, well, no, if I would have hit the brake pedal, we would have got hit worse probably. But anyway, I was looking in the rearview mirror and I saw the guy coming and I even told Jim, we're going to get hit. And he says, we're not going to get hit. And I said, we're going to get hit. Because we were coming to a slowdown, some congestion, but the guy behind us wasn't slowing down. And sure enough, bam, he rammed into us. So we had to get off to the side. And so when we had to merge back on, we had to merge back on to the fast lane of traffic, which was scary in itself. But when we got out, I took pictures of his car. I took pictures of my car because I thought, you know, never thought to take pictures of the license plate. But we got that all settled. It was not a problem. But anyway, I don't even know what I got on. It was just a thank you, Kat, for such a good suggestion. So if anybody gets in an accident, then you know, take a picture of their license plate. And she said that you weren't supposed to give the information to the other person because then they know where you live. I never thought of that either. Because I think when you get the police report, they kind of black out the other person's address and they just kind of deal with the insurance companies. But I don't know, because most people don't call the police when there's just like a little minor fender bender like that, especially at 4 o'clock in the morning. And so, but it's something to think about. Okay, I'm going to show you my food. And I just ate the 2 meals today, but like I said, I grazed on the brunch, as I called it today. And I made some homemade potato salad and macaroni salad, but I only had potato salad for our dinner tonight. And I actually measured out a half a cup, and I'm thinking a half a cup, that's not going to be very much. But when I measured it out, it was way more than I thought. It was more than sufficient. It really was. And it was 5. I didn't figure out, I should have went on the recipe builder, but I just went on the app, and I figured it said homemade potato salad, and so I figured that. Because mine is just potatoes and eggs. And then I put celery and onions and pickles. Celery, onions, and pickles. And the egg. Yeah. And then I just mix up Miracle Whip Joan's pointed plate. She doesn't eat Miracle Whip. I use some Miracle Whip with some mustard and a little splash of milk and some pickle juice. A lot of pickle juice, to be honest with you. And a little bit of sugar to kind of offset the pickle juice. And then I mix it all together, and then I make it into my potato salad. And so maybe it's more than 5 or 6 points, but I counted it at 5. But I had extra points left today, so if I was wrong, I still had 3 extra points left, so I just used that. Okay, that's going to be it for tonight. I'm going to tell you that I'm going to end the video now, but I'm going to show you my food and my puzzle, and talk talk to you guys tomorrow. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, share it if you think somebody might like to see it. Always stay safe. And like I said, drop me an email if you have questions about Jimmy's house. scarrico39@gmail.com. Is that the same one I gave you earlier? Because I have two. Either one will get to me. So let's see what I had to eat. Okay, I would call this brunch. I got really busy on the puzzle and lost track of time. So I'm going to kind of graze on this afternoon until dinner time. So let's see what things are going on. Today is Thursday, January 27th. I'm not counting my weeklies anymore because they keep building up. It says I have 42. I eat that, I'm not going to lose weight. So I'm just going by my dailies. My quote is, one day you will thank yourself for never giving up. My brunch is 0 for my veggies and fruit platter. With my tea, 2 tablespoons of my dip is 3 points, and 1 ounce of cheese is 4 points. So it's a 7-point brunch. Well, we're making a little bit of progress on the puzzle. Working really hard on it. We got the birds just about done, and we're starting on the deer. Okay, for dinner I'm going to have a ham and cheese with some spinach on it salad. I measured out a half a cup of potato salad and sugar-free pudding. 1 point for my extreme wellness wrap. 0 for my ounce of ham, spinach, and tea. 4 points for my ounce of provolone cheese. 5 points for my half a cup of potato salad, and 2 points for my pudding. 12 points. So I ended up the day with 19 points. Threw some raspberries in my lemonade. Let's go eat.